Artemis, the eternal huntress, the daughter of Leto, the sister of Apollo, she walks not as mortal flesh, but as stone unbroken. Her body is carved from the mountain itself. Her veins are rivers of silence. Her eyes are deep as the endless night. She stands in the timeless fog where lightning burns across the sky. She is not of soft form. She is not of fragile hand. She is the unyielding huntress, the cold air of dawn, the stillness of forests, the shadow that lingers before the arrow flies. Her presence is not thunder, yet thunder bends before her. Her essence is not flame, yet flame bows to her endurance. She is the pulse of the earth, the silent witness of eternity. She moves in the wilderness where no mortal dares to dwell. The wolves are her companions, the deer bow their heads. The moon circles her forehead and pours silver across her face. Her arrows are not merely weapons, but threads of destiny. When she raises her hand, the world itself holds its breath. When she lowers her gaze, even the stars tremble. The hunters of men call her name, but they do not know her. They cannot know her, for she belongs to no hearth. She belongs to no king. She belongs to no chain. She is freedom itself, shaped in divine form.
Artemis, the eternal huntress, the daughter of Leto, the sister of Apollo, she does not walk as mortal flesh, but as stone, her form unyielding, her essence carved from the eternal mountain. Her veins are silence, her breath is the wind across forgotten peaks. Her eyes are endless night. Her figure rises from fog-cracked gray stone etched by eternity. Every line of her body speaks of defiance. Every fragment of her being carries the weight of the wild. She is not fragile, she is not bound. She is the wilderness given shape. She dwells in the forest where mortals fear to tread. Her companions are wolves. Her song is the cry of owls. The silver light of the moon rests upon her forehead. Her steps do not disturb the earth. They become part of it. Her arrows are not weapons, but truth. They pierce illusions. They tear through injustice. When she raises her hand, silence falls. When she turns her gaze, the stars bow. Her bow is drawn not for cruelty, but for balance, not for conquest, but for eternal law. Artemis is not crowned by men, yet the moon itself circles her brow. She is not enthroned by kings, yet the wilderness serves as her throne. She has no servants, yet every beast follows her shadow. Deer bend before her. Lions hold their breath. Rivers carry her name. Mountains echo her silence. Centuries crumble, but she remains. Her presence is beyond the grasp of time. She is paradox. She is mercy and wrath, life and death, dawn and midnight, the protector of the innocent and the punisher of the guilty. She is the soft hand guiding the newborn fawn and the relentless hunter who strikes the wolf. She is the glow of moonlight on water and the storm that breaks the forest. She is feared and she is worshipped. She is silence and she is thunder. Her cracked stone body glows when lightning burns across the night sky. Red and white light carving shadows across her form. Black mountains rise behind her. Fog thickens at her feet, yet she stands unmoved, eternal, unbroken. Her essence is endurance. Her essence is freedom. The chains of men cannot bind her. The temples of men cannot hold her, for she belongs to no mortal law. She belongs only to the eternal wilderness. She is not memory. She is not history. She is presence. She is the eternal stoic figure of stone, the huntress whose gaze pierces centuries. Her temples may fall, her statues may shatter, yet her essence flows through the trembling of leaves, the cry of wolves, the silver arc of the moon. She does not demand worship, yet she is remembered. She does not command fear, yet she is feared. Her name whispered by shadows, her name carried in winds. Artemis, the eternal huntress, who does not break, who does not fade. She is the silence after storm, the clarity after chaos, the cold air after fire. Her figure cracked yet whole, her stance defiant, her eyes unbroken. She does not speak, yet all creation whispers her name. She is Artemis, she is stone, she is eternity.
Artemis stands where the world is still, where the wind pauses before it breaks, where the dawn waits before it rises. Her figure of stone, cracked yet eternal, is lifted against the horizon. Her body is the embodiment of resistance. Her gaze is carved into the fabric of creation. She does not yield to flame. She does not tremble before storm. Her silence is heavier than thunder. Her stillness more unbreakable than iron. She is the huntress who claims no prey for glory, but only for balance. The deer that walks unharmed in her forest is her child. The wolf that prowls within her shadow is her companion. She draws her bow not for cruelty, but for necessity. Her arrows carry justice. They fall where arrogance rises. They strike where corruption spreads. Her aim is not guided by hand alone. It is guided by the eternal order that flows through the veins of the cosmos. She belongs to the wilderness, yet she is greater than wilderness. She belongs to the moon, yet she is more than moon. She is the echo between worlds, the breath between centuries, the silence between heartbeats. She is Artemis, the goddess whose throne is not in palaces, but in shadows, whose temple is not built of stone, but of mist and light, whose followers are not priests, but the very creatures that roam freely through night. Her cracked, gray body gleams beneath the strike of lightning. Red and silver threads of power spread across the storm sky. The black mountains behind her stand as walls of eternity. Fog curls around her like veils of forgotten time, yet she remains immovable. Her figure more ancient than ruins, more sacred than flame, more eternal than memory. She is not merely statue, she is presence. Her body of stone breathes with the rhythm of earth itself. She is both sanctuary and terror. She guards those who are pure, and she hunts those who are corrupt. She is both the silver glow that calms and the shadow that terrifies. She is both mother and punisher. She is Artemis, whose bow bends the laws of fate, whose arrows pierce through the arrogance of kings and the cruelty of tyrants. She is not conquered by sword, nor bent by prayer. She walks alone, but she is never alone, for all creation is her witness. Her silence speaks more than voices. Her stillness resounds louder than wardrooms. The forests echo with her presence. Rivers bend to her memory. Animals recognize her shadow. The moon bends lower when she rises. She is not bound by time. She is not claimed by mortals. She is not forgotten by eternity. Artemis remains the eternal huntress, the daughter of the night sky, the guardian of the moonlight, the goddess of wilderness and vengeance alike. She is cracked, gray stone, yet more alive than flesh. She is silence, yet more commanding than any voice. She is the eternal stoic woman whose defiance is endless, whose presence is eternal. Artemis rises where shadow meets silver light, Her form of gray stone, cracked, yet radiant, stands as an eternal guardian. Her presence does not fade. Her strength does not wither. She is the huntress who belongs to no king, the goddess who bends to no chain. Her gaze is sharp as the edge of the moon. Her silence is heavier than the roar of storms. She is the wilderness made flesh, and yet more than flesh. She is the mountain that never bows, the forest that never yields, the ocean wave that never ceases. She is Artemis, the huntress, whose name is carved in the roots of trees, whose breath is carried by every gust of wind. Her body, carved from unbroken stone, is not merely a statue, but the embodiment of eternity. Her arrows are not iron, but truth, each one a judgment, each one a reminder that balance cannot be escaped. Her bow is drawn not by strength alone, but by inevitability. She sees the arrogance of mortals. She sees the cruelty of rulers. She sees the despair of the weak. And when the arrow leaves her hand, justice descends. It does not miss. It does not falter. It finds its mark as night finds the horizon. She is not gentle, yet she is not cruel. She is both the soft hand that shields the innocent child and the relentless huntress who punishes the oppressor. She is paradox embodied. She is mercy in one hand, vengeance in the other. The fawn kneels at her side while the wolf howls in her shadow. She is the silver glow of moonlight across rivers. She is the shadow that follows tyrants into their final hour. The fog deepens at her feet. Black mountains rise behind her. Red lightning cuts across the heavens. Her cracked gray form gleams with each flash. She does not move. She does not falter. She remains while time collapses around her. Kingdoms rise and fall. Armies march and vanish, but she is unchanged, for she is not time. She is eternity. She belongs to the silence that comes after storms. She belongs to the clarity that follows chaos. Her throne is not marble, but wilderness. Her crown is not gold, but the crescent moon. Her power is not written in books, but carved into the bones of creation. She is feared, not because she demands fear, but because her presence reminds mortals of their fragility. She is worshipped, not because she calls for it, but because her existence compels reverence. Artemis is not history, she is presence. She is the breath in the still forest. She is the glow in the endless night. She is the figure of stone that does not fall. She is the goddess who does not fade. She is Artemis, eternal, stoic, unbroken.